UNV-Link is an app that allows you to view UNIView cameras on your phone. It's designed to be more user-friendly than the old EZView app, which makes it easier to use. You can download UNV-Link from either the App Store or the Google Play Store. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process of setting up the cameras on your phone as a new user. Then, I'll quickly explain how to live view and playback your cameras before diving into some of the more advanced features that are available. Let's get started. First, make sure you have the UNV-Link app downloaded on your phone. If you don't have it, you can get it from either the Google Play Store or App Store. Once you have it downloaded, go ahead and open the app. Then, click Accept for the terms and conditions. Then, click the Login Sign Up button in the middle of the screen. This is the login page to sign into your UNIView Cloud account. If you already have an account, you can go ahead and sign in with your credentials. But if this is your first time using the app, you'll need to register for an account by clicking Sign Up at the top right corner. Then, select your region from the menu and enter the email address that you'd like to register with. Afterwards, check your email for a verification code from UNIView. If you don't see the email, be sure to check your spam folder just in case. After entering the verification code, you can set up a password for your account. After entering the password for a second time for confirmation, click OK to complete the setup. Now that you've registered and signed into your UNIView Cloud account, you can start adding devices to the account. Let's say you're the main user of your system and nobody else has scanned the QR code. Before you add your device, make sure the NVR is connected to the internet by plugging it into your router. Then, look for the QR code on the bottom of your device. You'll need to scan this with your phone. Open the UNV-Link app, click the scan icon at the upper right corner of the screen, and if it asks for permission, allow your phone to use the camera. Then, scan the QR code on the bottom of the NVR. Continue following the instructions on the screen, and if you want to, you can enter a custom name for your device. Then click OK. Now, in the UNV-Link menu, you should see your device come online. If it doesn't, just wait around 15 to 30 seconds and it should be online then. Or, if somebody else has already scanned the QR code, then other users will not be able to use the QR code again. That's because the first person to scan the QR code becomes the admin user, and each device can only have one admin. If this happens, you need to ask the person to share the device to your account by clicking the three dots beside the device, going into the Share menu, and entering the email address of your UNIView Cloud account. Once you have the NVR added to your account, you can do either live view or playback from the UNV-Link app. To start live view, simply tap on the blank portrait icon underneath one of your devices, and then tap on one of the cameras from the list. Just like that, you've started the live view for this camera. You can swipe your finger left or right to switch between the different cameras. And if you have auto rotation enabled on your phone, you can turn the screen sideways in order to view the cameras in full screen mode. You can also click the full screen icon at the bottom right to do the same thing. To exit full screen, tap the small arrow at the upper left corner of the screen. If your camera has a microphone, you can tap the small speaker icon to listen in. Tapping the icon again will disable the sound. To view multiple cameras at the same time, click the layout icon in the middle of the screen. From here, you can choose between 4 and 16 cameras to view at the same time. Of course, the views will be quite small if your phone is in vertical mode, so you can enter full screen mode for a better view. This allows you to keep an eye on multiple cameras at the same time. You can double tap one of the cameras if you want to make it in full screen, and then double tap it again to return back to the split screen layout. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see an icon for snapshot, two-way audio, and record. The snapshot and record icons are pretty self-explanatory. When you click the snapshot button, you'll save a photo of the camera's view at that exact moment. And with the record button, you can press it to start doing a recording and click it again to end the recording. This will save a clip in your phone that you can come back to later. If you press the two-way audio button, you can use the app to speak through your camera. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. This can be used to have a conversation with someone or give them a verbal warning. This feature is only available on cameras that have a built-in microphone and speaker, such as the UNIView TriGuard 2.0.
Hey, no loitering in that area. Please leave.
Next, we have the PTZ controls icon. You'll only see this icon if your camera has a motorized lens or supports PTZ functionality. Tap it to bring up the PTZ menu, which allows you to adjust the zoom, focus, and position of your camera. The multi-view preview icon allows you to select multiple cameras and view them at the same time. You can tap the switch view icon at the upper right corner to make the cameras larger or to make them smaller. And the other icon at the top right corner allows you to stop playback or to resume playback on your cameras. And again, double-clicking one of the camera will bring it as full screen. And finally, we have the image and multi-view playback icons. Image icon allows you to quickly adjust the brightness, saturation, contrast, and sharpness of your cameras. Personally, I like to add a little bit of contrast since I think it looks nicer. You can also adjust the image rotation in case the image is flipped, or rotate the image 90 degrees for corridor mode. The multi-window playback menu allows you to select up to 4 cameras at the same time for playback. Adjusting the time at the bottom will adjust the playback for all cameras simultaneously. Other than live view, you can also do playback of your cameras to view past events. Depending on how much storage you have in your NVR, you may be able to go back 1 to 2 months in the past or even further. To start playback, we need to open one of the cameras in live view. Then, click the playback menu in the middle, and this will enter playback mode. In playback mode, you will see a timeline in the center of your screen. Dragging your finger across the timeline will change the time of your camera. You can also click on the magnifying glass to zoom in the timeline for more precise seeking. To change the playback date, click on the date and time in the left side of the screen. This will open a calendar. On the calendar, you can swipe your finger to change the month. And if you want to choose a date, simply tap on it. Then you can also choose the time at the bottom and click OK. This will immediately jump your camera to that time and date. And just like before, you can drag your finger across the timeline to change the time. If you keep dragging your finger all the way past midnight, it will automatically jump to the next day. And if you drag all the way backwards, you can go back to the previous day. You can also click the filter icon on the right side of the screen to focus playback only on specific events. So for example, if we only highlight motion detection, then you will only see the red bars in the timeline. And when you do playback, you will automatically skip all the places which do not have motion. To adjust the speed of playback, you can click the 1x speed icon at the bottom. You can adjust the speed up to 4 times faster or have it play back in slow motion at 1/4 speed. At the bottom, we also have the snapshot and record icons. These function exactly the same as they did in live view. Tapping them will save a recording to the UNV-Link album menu so that you can view or export them later. Lastly, we have the split icon. Now this one's a little bit strange, so let me try to explain it. When you press the split icon, you will see the same camera with 4 different times, and each time is actually 30 minutes apart. You can do a 9 split, which gives you the same camera 9 times every 13 minutes apart. and this will give you more and more precise times. So the split menu allows you to quickly see snapshots of your camera at different times, and then you can choose exactly which time you're looking for. So like, let's say if something went missing, you can easily see that, okay, you know, at this time the object is there, and then at this time, half an hour later, the object is gone. So it's basically just another way to quickly search your playback. Other than live view and playback, you can also adjust the settings on your NVR and cameras in the UNV-Link app. To do this, on the home screen, you're going to tap on the 3 dots icon beside your device, and then you're going to choose Set. Then you can select either the very top, which is your NVR, or you can select any of the cameras under the channel section. To start with, I'll show you the settings we can adjust on the NVR. So first, at the top we can see the device info for the NVR, including the model number and the serial number. You can also perform a firmware upgrade by clicking on the current version, and if there's a new version available, you can press upgrade to start upgrading. You can also change the password of your NVR, or you can reboot it, or transfer ownership of it to another account. Also, you can press delete device if you want to remove it from your account. You can also adjust the time of your NVR from the time menu, or you can allow push notifications from the alarm notifications menu, or you can click share and you can share the device with other users. In order to share the device, the other person must have registered for the UNIView cloud account through the UNV-Link app. To share with them, simply enter their email address or username at the top and then click OK. By default, the sharing is permanent, but if you want to share the cameras for a limited time, you can set a custom expiry date. You can also choose which permissions they receive. For example, if you don't want them to have access to the playback or PTZ controls, you can simply uncheck those. Once you're done, click share at the bottom to finish sharing. Next time they open the UNV-Link app on their phone, they will see the shared device in their home screen. The next option, Disarm Alarm Linkage, allows you to quickly disable all of the alarm sounds, flashing lights, and alarm notifications on your cameras. Now, why would you want to disable all the alarms on your cameras? So let's say you have a camera configured to flash a warning sound every night from 10 to 6 in the morning. But now it's New Year's Eve and you want to have a party with guests over. Well, if you don't want to have the camera flashing at people, normally you'd have to go into the NVR settings, adjust the arming schedule, and then later the next day you have to change all the settings back. This can be quite annoying, especially if you haven't logged into the NVR for a while and forgot exactly where to adjust these settings. This is where the Disarm Alarm Linkage option comes in handy. Simply by toggling it through the UNV-Link app, you can disable all the flashing lights and warning sounds on all the cameras on your NVR. There's also a shortcut for this option in the main menu. So if you're looking at your cameras, you may see this green shield icon on it. Simply by clicking on the green shield icon, you will disable all the alarms on your system, and the shield will turn gray. If you click it again, you can enable the cameras and the shield will turn green again. Alright, so I know that we've covered a lot so far, so let me quickly explain the remaining settings of the NVR before moving on. Next, we have the storage options settings. So from here, you can change the recording schedule for your cameras, so you can actually choose if you want the cameras to be recording continuously or on motion recording. And by default, this will apply to all your cameras, but you can select channel and select only specific cameras from this menu. Next, we have the storage medium, which allows you to see all the hard drives that are connected to your recorder. And if you have a recorder with multiple hard drives, you'll see them all listed in this menu. You can also format the hard drive by clicking the icon on the top right and then selecting which drives you would like to format. Lastly, by clicking More at the bottom, we can find more settings for exporting the diagnostic info from the NVR. This will give you a file that you can send to UNIView for troubleshooting. You can also click Speed Test to run an internet speed test and check how fast your network is. You can also adjust the settings on your cameras directly. So again, go to the home screen of UNV-Link, tap the 3 dots beside your NVR, and choose Set. Then choose one of the cameras. From here, we can choose, for example, the alarm detection menu that will allow us to configure motion detection, intrusion detection, and crossline detection. From here, you can change the sensitivity of the motion from either low, medium, or high, as well as change the arming schedule. You can also click on Detection Area, which will show you a snapshot of the camera, and this allows you to draw the motion area that you want to actually trigger. If your camera supports ultra motion detection, you can also configure the detection area to only trigger on motor vehicles, non-motor vehicles, or people. And if your camera supports an alarm sound, such as the TriGuard 2.0 cameras, you can add your own alarm sound under the Customize Alarm Sound menu. This allows you to record your voice for up to 6 seconds and save it as an alarm sound. Hey, welcome to XLR Security.
Hey, welcome to XLR Security.
Below the alarm settings, there are a few more camera settings that you can configure. For example, we have image settings that allows you to rotate the image 180 degrees, enable wide dynamic range in the camera, and enable or disable the infrared lights. And again, with TriGuard cameras, you can change the illumination mode to either white light, infrared, or dual light mode. You can also force the camera to be in either day mode or night mode, or leave it set to auto. There's also the sound and microphone menu, which allows you to configure the microphone and speaker volume for your camera. And finally, you can export the diagnostic information specifically for that camera. And as I mentioned before, you can send this information to UNIView tech support if you're troubleshooting your camera issues. The album menu is where you'll find all the snapshots and recordings that you have saved. To get to the album menu, first go back to the home screen of the UNV-Link app and then click Album at the bottom. From here, you'll see 2 options at the top. There's one tab for all your photos and another tab for all the videos. You can tap on a photo to enlarge it and swipe to switch between the different photos. At the bottom, you'll see a button to download the photo, which will save it to a folder on your phone. Now this is really important because if you delete the UNV-Link app, everything within this album menu will also get deleted. So if you have some really important footage or snapshots, make sure you click download to export them to your phone's camera roll. To the left of the download button is the share button. This allows you to quickly send a photo or video to someone via text, email, or social media. And finally, we have the delete button for deleting that specific photo or video. These files do take up a lot of space, especially if you have a high-resolution camera, so be sure to delete some of the files in your album folder if you're running out of space on your phone. So going to the video tab, if you're viewing a video, you will have 2 additional options at the bottom. There's this photo icon, which allows you to take a snapshot from the current frame of the video. And we also have the full screen icon, which allows you to open the video in full screen. Lastly, we have the alarm menu. You can get to it by clicking on the bell icon at the bottom of the UNV-Link app. From this alarm menu, you can see a list of all detection events. By default, this page will show every single type of event, but you can click the filter at the top right to only show it specific types of events. So if I want to display only crossline events, for example, I'm going to choose filter and then type and then crossline detection, then click OK. And now I only see the crossline detection events. And from here, when I choose one of the events, I can click on this play button, which is like live view. So this instantly brings me live view of the camera. Or if I go back, I can choose the bottom right icon, which will give me playback. So this will give me playback at that time, so I can see exactly why there was a crossline detection event on this camera. And by default, when you choose one of these alarm messages, you will see a blank thumbnail icon. But I have checked with UNiview, and they said they will be releasing a new firmware for their NVRs either in July or August that will allow a thumbnail to be displayed in the UNV-Link app. So keep an eye out for that, and maybe by the time you're watching this video, the thumbnails may already be available. Well, I know this was quite a long video, so if you're still watching, thank you for sticking around. Be sure to leave a like if you found this video helpful, and if there's anything that I missed or that you want explained further, please leave a comment below. You can also visit our blog at xlrsecurity.com to read more about security cameras and related products. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.